What's going on, everybody? This is Caden back with Francis Cattle Company. I've got all these cows over here called up today, and we're going to go ahead and try to get some fly spray on them. I got a little permethrin fly spray mixed up here, so while they're called up, I'm going to go ahead and try to get them sprayed and taken care of for a little bit at least, and then we'll try to get a little bit more. So I'm going to turn y'all around and let You don't want none of that, girl. You just want on your back. Alrighty, well, I think I got them good enough for now. One of the problems that with spraying fly spray on cattle is that eventually, or really a lot of the times, these flies that we're trying to spray sometimes have grown susceptible to what we try to use, and so it's a little aggravating. Just kind of basically a war on flies down here in the south, especially when it gets so humid and hot. You got flies and mosquitoes, and one thing with the Brahmans is, you know, they kind of secrete their own bug spray, if you will. But it's still, when you got so many other kinds in here, they will still get some flies on them. So that's why we're trying to spray them. I'm gonna pull down here and fill it back up there. Their mineral feeder, they pretty well eat all it. A lot of people who do the rotational grazing, they actually don't have to deal with these flies like I do, because when you rotate them, basically all the flies lay their eggs in the manure, and it's so many maybe days or hours after those are hatched out, they've got to find a host. And in our case, the host is our cattle. But if the cattle aren't there, you know, in that same pasture, because they've, you know, moved on and they can't find anybody to get onto, then basically you don't have to worry with them. But this pasture isn't really set up for that rotational grazing. Mainly the water situation doesn't allow for it, but we're going to go ahead and fill up our mineral. It's been a little while since I've given any mineral to these cows, and I don't know if it's laziness or the weather hadn't really been cooperating. They're all running down here to get some. I ain't put none in yet. Hold on, cat, hold on. There you go. So like I was saying, we'll get the big bull out, and then the two bigger black body calves, they'll leave probably the next week or the next. The Hereford cow still hadn't had her calf, but I have noticed she's really trying to put some milk down, so she's kind of bagging up and getting kind of swollen there in her hind end there. So I think it definitely won't be too much longer she'll be having a calf. And then the two bull calves, will turn them to steers and sell them, and maybe reinvest that money into some more heifers or cows or something. Other than that, there's really nothing else with these cows going on. Yeah, I don't think that, I mean, yeah, that bull's been in here a little longer than I like, but the only other heifer that really should get bred or could get bred would be this one, and I don't think that she would have. I have to look back on her papers. She may be already getting close to 2 years old, so I will need to, if she's, you know, 2 years old, I guess, or even 18 to 20 months old, she could get bred, which it ain't gonna hurt my feelings too bad. I mean, it'd be an extra Brahman calf to either raise or sell or whatever. It'd be a commercial one because it'd be out of that bull, but either way, it's fine. They sure are enjoying that mineral, and for the most part, they're all looking pretty good and healthy. I'm very pleased with the that Tiger Stripe F1 steer there. I'll probably leave him in here, like I say, a few more months, and then I'll take him once we sell all of our calves, all the steers and bulls we're going to sell. I'll probably take him over there and get him kind of fed out for 2 to 3 months, and then we'll take him to get slaughtered and have some freezer beef. Yeah, I mean, I guess it'll be another 3, let's see, 4, 5, probably 5 months. In about 5 months, we should start seeing some calves out of these cows that are bred to that bull. The other ones, the Hereford and the black body that we bought and we sold her big bull calf off of, you know, they could be any time. I would assume the Hereford would be first, and then the other black body, she could be like, I really don't know. I mean, I wish I had a better idea of when she could have a calf, but for all I know, it could be, you know, it could be or when the rest of them have them, but I don't know. But to have those big old calves on them, the two cows in here that do have these calves, you couldn't really hardly tell that they was being pulled down or anything. So there's plenty of grass. From the last video, you know, I said I was gonna bring them two Hereford heifer and a cow over here, and so I will once I move the steers or the bull calves out here and the big bull, you know, I'll wait a week or two and then I'll bring them over here. Just because there is so much grass, and this place is right at 30 acres. It's probably more like 26 of it in grass. So, you know, I can handle probably 14 to 15 good mama cows down here on this place. And if I add 2 more, I'll just have 8, so I'll need 6 more over here. And then my plan is to get 1 more registered Hereford heifer or cow. And so I'll take her, or I'll buy one, and I mean probably open and just let our registered bull breed that one. And then eventually I would like to get another lease or buy a big pasture and do a herd of F1 cows. So, you know, pretty much tiger stripes, blacks, black bodies, whatever I can get, just as long as they're half Brahman. Most of them I'd like to be home raised, but I mean to get my numbers up I'd have to probably buy a few. But yeah, so that's kind of my goal, is to get at least 25 to 30 good F1 mama cows. I mean, eventually I'd really like to have, you know, 50 to 100, but you can't just start a farm overnight if you're not trying to go into a bunch of debt. So, you know, I'm gonna have to kind of build slow and keep heifers back and buy a few here and there to do that. But that would be kind of ideally what I'd want to do, and put a black bull on them, and that kind of just be for commercial cattle. Take all the calves to the sale barn and get 1 big check a year. All these crossbred calves and the registered calves and stuff, you know, that'll be kind of sell through private treaty, and maybe take some of the better F1 females to a couple registered Brahman sales, or, you know, kind of specialty replacement sales or something like that. So that's kind of my goal for all that. But here in the next 2 to 3 months, I would like to be getting getting this place filled up, so I can just go ahead and have it done, get those calves going, and just start making some money on this place here. You know, if I'm gonna feed 6, I might as well feed 16 or whatever. You know, I think over here I'll probably try to do 14. I think there's enough grass over here for that, and then there's another like 3 or 4 or 5 acres on the other side of the road that I'm gonna get some hay cut off of. So I'll have a decent amount of hay for the fall and winter, late fall, early or into winter. So I'll get that took care of, and you know, figure me out a way to get it back and forth across the road. I think there's another corral up there at the top that's not really worth being a corral, but I can fix up a gate on it and keep them out of it, and then I can just store all the hay in there, and when I want to put one out I can just roll it out. Because, you know, this truck here, or the truck I have, isn't big enough to really do a whole lot of, couldn't put like a flatbed on it and put a bale spear and all that. So eventually that'd be what I want to do, is get a flatbed truck with a bale spear. I can back into them and either move them across the road into here one at a time, or like as I'm feeding them, and then or bring them from the house to over here. So that's kind of another goal that I've got. But like I say, I ain't trying to go into a whole lot of debt to do it. So just kind of keep on doing it the way I've been doing it. Just slowly grow, eventually start retaining some of my heifers back, and try to build herds that way. You know, mainly I want to do crossbred cows. So but like I say, I also want a lot of them to be home raised. So the more like of this I can do, where I've got Baldies and Herefords on Brahman bulls, that's kind of what I want to do, and then take those F1s that I'm breeding for, and keep the better heifers for myself, and sell the rest to make up a little bit of money, and maybe buy a few new ones for new genetics and stuff. But other than that, I ain't really got anything else. I'm glad we got them flies sprayed for today. I'm sure here in the next 2 weeks they'll be right back on them. But that's just kind of part of it. We just always got a war on these flies. But anyway, thanks for watching, and please like, comment, subscribe, and watch the rest of our videos, and stay tuned for getting that bull moved out of here. We'll see y'all.